And hello everybody, it is me, Hyper here, and today we are back for Rising Phoenix here at round number 14, 15, round 15. And we are here today at Monaco. Collective moans of, oh fuck, I can just hear them now. Stream should be going up in chat. We've got RKI just whipping it in there for us because he's a boy. But yeah, as you know, today is Monaco, and yep, I think the stream is in chat. That's just Joe puts up on the Insta. We are live once again at Monaco. Thank you to RKI for doing out the standings. Obviously, you lot don't get to see them. You get to see them like every other week. Well, every week, sorry, but not every other race, so... Well, yeah, every week is every other race. However, just, you know, I'll read out the standings now. So, Black Phoenix is first with 309 points. Bazooka Joe second with 186 points. Crackerjack third with 106 points. RKI fourth with 95 points. Simpson fifth with 78 points. Opiolu in sixth with 70 points. Buttons Back in 7th with 61 points, Swanee in 8th with 60 points, Limitless in 9th with 47 points, and 10th is Tom AJ with 44 points, 11th Paraplays with 44 points, 12th is Colin with 39 points, 13th is Racing Maestro with 38, 14th is BJ with 28, 15th is FX Hidden with 25, 16th Mr. Dude with 19, 17th F1 Grosjean with 18, 18th SSR Phoenix with 15, 19th Rider PG Killer with 13, 20th Has UK with 11, 21st Carter Vallian with 10, 22nd Mayo Man with 9, and 23rd T Funky still, unfortunately, with 0. But hopefully T Funky have a better race today. Hey! Anyway, into Constructors now. McLaren are winning with 373 points. Alfa Romeo is second with 264 points. Mercedes third with 131. Team Reserve in fourth with 117. Williams in 5th with 106, Racing Point 6th with 94, Red Bull 7th with 90, Haas 8th with 52, Toros in 9th with 44, 10th is Renault with 37, and 11th is Ferrari with 28. Now that the standings are done, we will go live to stream chat and we'll go have a look and see just who's doing what. So first man out, I believe, is Buttons Back. I mean, you don't really need to know what tires they're on. Everyone's just going to go on softs. Like, sorry, if you're not going on softs, then you're clearly not planning for a crash, and that's a big mistake. Notification bang, gang, gang. Notifications for the boys. Let me just check that the stream's actually been put in chat here. What the fuck? Okay. Can somebody explain to me how Tibson's just asked in chat, what's the strat? Now I would like to let you know of some quick rule changes that we have come up with, and by we I mean the admins and I. But we've decided that for Monaco, we're going to make it dry, simply because none of the racers, myself included, can be asked to sit for a wet race at Monaco. It just isn't fun for anyone, and henceforth won't be a part of our league. Also, just for now at least, we've decided that every race that can have night settings will have night settings. So, for example, races like these at Monaco will be at night. And that's all I really want to say. Apart from that, we're still looking for a second commentator to come join our ranks here at Rising Phoenix. Obviously DCL has left us, but we'd like someone else to come and just join, see what we can do. See if, we can be a good team up in comms. You know, I feel like Team Comms would be the most active team. And that's not shots fired to anyone, that is just me being a dick. as I can. Oh, it's a crash in Sector 2. I can't even be asked to look who it is. But we're on with Buttons back anyway. And looking at it, he's going to run out of ERS very, very soon. Probably on the main straight here, but... actually, no, before the main straight as well. It's going to be just about here as he's run out. Monaco, one of those tracks where you have to put down your ERS. But Buttons back has got a 112.6. As T-Funky's found himself a nice little wall there. Crackerjack's found the pit lane. And who is the next person to go and set a lap? Do you think it may be Mr. Dude here? He's on a soft lap. But nope, it looks like him along with Mayor Man going into the pits. Which means it will be T-Funky to come and set his lap. And here we go, it's a 1 minute 14... oh, 1 minute 15, dead on. It's a decent lap time. However, let's see if he can improve it on his next go round. As we'll watch the two Haas I. First of all, will be Rider PG Killer on the mediums, surprisingly. Not really the strat you want to be taking for this race, but, you know, he's got 1:13.1, and it's only a second and a bit off Buttons back. And his teammate Colin, 1.1 seconds behind, with Racing Maestro just slotting in the middle of the both of them. I say middle, I mean it's kind of like very much closer to Rider PG Killer than, yeah. But anyway, not Bazooka Joe, Black Phoenix puts himself in first place to 110.8. Tibson goes up to second with a 111.4. It's a pretty decent lap time so far, but what I'm looking at is Rider PG Killer though. A very good time on his mediums. Also, I'm wondering if T-Funky can improve his lap time. Hits, ooh, into the barrier. Also, with those slow gear change times, I do believe that T-Funky is using manual gears. Already testing out on manual gears. I'm not sure. Again, whenever Tom gets here, T-Funky's friend, I have to ask him. Just waiting on you, Tom. As you have the two Mercedes here, kind of, well, one holding the other up. But I think Crackerjack did just try and move out of the way. But it could have given FXN quite a good bit of slipstream there. Not sure how effective slipstream is on Monaco, apart from on the main straight. As Tipton gets a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Black Phoenix. I was going to go look at that, but they're both in the pits, so I guess they crashed in the pit lane. I really can't be sure, but FX Hidden coming across the line for a 1 minute 10.8, which actually is very, very close to Black Phoenix's time. FX Hidden can probably get out on another pair of softs and go again. That's what I want to see. So currently the only people who haven't set laps yet, RKI, Mr. Dude and Mayor Man. Have two of those three are back out on some fresh laps. But we'll have to wait and see. As he's just riding on board with Crackerjack, he's not actually using too much ERS here, so I do believe he is just waiting to go for another lap. As there's a yellow in Sector 2, it's FX Hidden, who I believe has just crashed into the wall. Or he's playing it smart and trying to help his teammate here. As you can see, going quite slowly, but really, if anything, he's just hindering his teammate's lap. Again, I really can't be sure, so I'll just have to watch on board with Crackerjack, who, looking at it, is not about to go set the world's greatest lap, but you never know. I mean, well, he's already officially not pole, so can confirm that one. Anyway, we're going to go back on board with Mayor Man. Super Fighting Robot Mayor Man. Colin still trying to improve his time. And I believe FX Hidden was actually just going on a middle lap. Anyway, Mayor Man coming across the line with 1 minute 15.6. Currently putting him into 9th position, as yes, Crackerjack was. Did have a lap disqualified. So yellow in Sector 3. Oh, it's crackerjack into the wall. Not sure how that's affected the guys behind here. But he's moved out the way for Tibson. An unorthodox position, but he's still moved out the way, so respect to that. It's Collins going out the pit, or going into the pits, my apologies. T-Funky's out on a brand new lap, going to set a lap. Mega Man, as he's set his, is just not really doing much, and Crackerjack's, yeah, just making his way back to the pits now. So you go in sector 2, I'm not sure who it is. I don't even know, like just who or what. As FX Hidden goes back into the pit lane, Tivson goes to go and set another lap. Button's back, already on one. We'll go compare his sector 2 in just a second to see how it compares between his first and second lap. And by the time we look here, it's currently worse in both sector 1 and sector 2. He has to gain 2 tenths at least in this final sector. Honestly, I don't think he's going to gain those 2 tenths. I mean, looking at the speed he's got going through there, it's a 112.6, or 0.6, sorry. Not an improvement, but it was a better lap time, I have to say. It was a better attempt. As T-Funky also set a second lap on these tyres, but unfortunately his lap was invalidated. A 113.6, pretty decent lap time. Would have set him, well, just behind Racing Maestro. Black Phoenix for another fast lap, a 110.0, 8 tenths in front of FX Hidden now. But what I wonder is if Tibson can go and improve. Where is Tibson? There he is. Looking at Tibson, he's used up quite a bit of ERS so far, and that's a very, very good corner that I have to admit. Ooh, the crash into the wall though, not going to help him too much, as it's a 110.7, moving him into second place. Without the nudge on the wall, I am pretty sure Tibson, well, Tibson would have got a much faster lap time. So who's the next person through? Mr. Dude. Ooh, 4th place. And Button's back just beating it in an instant. A very good lap there from Button's back and Mr. Dude. You know, both of them really pushing hard. As RKI on the mediums has set a 111.9. So looking at people's best tyre, currently RKI is the leader of these medium runners so far. Rider PG Killer though, still trying to improve his lap. Don't know what happened to his, oh, he got invalid. It was a 124. So Rider PG Killer is trying to improve. If he's able to improve, he should try and get up to where Racing Maestro is currently at, a 111.9. You know, you want to be in the 110s, 111s for races like these. You know, if you really want to compete for a top 3 position. But I definitely think, unless there's crashes, the Black Phoenix, Tibson, FX Hidden, or RKI with that kind of lap is kind of fighting for other people who are fighting for this win here today. So you go in sector 1 and sector 2. I'm not sure who it is, but we're just watching Rider PG Killer. Oh no, he's going into the pits. Let's go on board with Crackerjack. Actually, no. FX Hidden is already on a lap. We're going to watch FX Hidden. Nope, his is an invalid. RKI not beating his time, so yep, we will go watch Crackerjack. Oh, as I think he might have got a sector 1. Has he actually just got a sector 1 disqualificate? Oh, no, sector 1 is not invalid. I don't know why he's... Did he get wing damage? Doesn't look like there's any. Somebody explain. I need to know how and why. However, his teammate, FX Hidden, is up here and is about to set. And this isn't a flying lap, obviously, but here he goes for one. He'll have Tibson in front of him, giving him some slipstream. And not too much, but a little bit. Don't know if it would have given him enough time to maybe gain anything. But then again, you can gain so much from so little, so you have to really put that into perspective. Meanwhile, Mega Man is currently stuck at the hairpin. As we can see, he's just in front of FX Hidden. you know, Mayor Man would be right in the tunnel. So, I'm wondering... Oh, Mayor Man, kind of stewiffing... That's not a word, but I've made it up, so yeah, now it is. Yeah, stewiffing FX Hidden's lap. Not too great. Invalidated every lap. Yep, I understand that, Crackerjack. Monaco is a tough circuit if you want to go fast. But it's a street circuit, and what do you really expect? As FX Hidden has just decided to... Oh, go in. I am the confusion. I am the very confused. Hey, why is Tipson on mediums? Somebody explain. And why is Colin still trying to qualify on mediums? I need America to explain. America explain. Crackerjack, here's everyone's best tyre so far. So currently RKI doing the best on the mediums. Actually got a 111.4. Ooh, that's a very good lap. I don't know if I already said that, but yeah. Pretty good lap, and if he can just improve, like, even if he goes to the softs right at the end, you know, that's going to be a really strong tyre to go on. Especially for him, again, setting a 111.4, I'm saying he could probably go down to a 110.9, 110.8. You know, he'll be there in that top 3 battle. But again, we can't expect too many overtakes. We can expect first corner drama. And that's what I'm afraid of at Monaco. Monaco, not the greatest place to league race, especially online. And again, in F1, it's always about your tyre strategy. As Mayor Man decides to not go in the pits here. And has instead decided to finish his lap, which probably has cost him quite a bit, as now he won't have enough time to get back into the pits and go for another flying lap. And he'll run out of the RS before then. So T-Funky has improved his time to a 115.0. Racing Maestro also finishing his lap here, but it's not a quick one at all. Ooh, FX Hidden having troubles in Sector 2. Secondly, everyone still has a chance to get out and go for a lap here. Crackerjack, the only person not able to set one currently. You know, with lap times being around about, well, on average, the 113s, 114s, every driver should be able to get out right about now and just go for their last lap. As most drivers, apart from Tibson and Colin, are out on their laps. Oh no, Colin and Tibson have both come out with only a few seconds to spare, so they are really going to go for it. As he go in Sector 2, and it's Racing Maestro. Not racing like he's a Maestro, instead racing like he's Max Verstappen. And I don't know, Max Verstappen just got pole actually at Brazil, so what a Max. Big up the boy. I'm not a Max Verstappen fan, but I do like him. He's a nice person, I think. Bit of a dick, but I like him. Oh, Crackerjack into the wall, that's his wing. This has to be Crackerjack's lap. It's going to come in as a 112.2 up to 8th place. I don't know why I'm going to look at Ryder PG Killer, but he is the man. Actually, no, I don't think he's going to get a better lap time there. Who should I ride on with? Really not sure. Do you know what? We'll go with Buttons back. You know, Buttons back is on a flyer. We'll just compare his Sector 2. Oh, no, it's invalid. You know what? Never mind. We will just ignore that completely. Mr. Dude, how far are you? I don't know who to look at because everyone's just kind of in a place. So Buttons back and Mayor Man both confirming their positions. T-Funky being the last man to come round. Will he be able to beat anyone in front of him? As Crackerjack retires. T-Funky with a 113.6, moving up into 10th position, just in front of Colin. I think Black Phoenix will be the next across the line. And, oh, again I have the time glitch. What a surprise. I am so shocked. Black Phoenix comes across to set quite a low lap time. But this is his lap, and this is where he will try and shine. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Obviously, we're riding on board with Tibson to see if he can settle that. Buttons back. And Mayor Man, yep, just confirming their place. Rider PG Killer as well. But Tibson's caught up to RKI. Will this be a good lap? RKI moves to second. Tibson unable to beat him as RKI puts him into second in the Williams, and that was a shock. Well, to me at least. I don't know about the rest of you. Mr. Dude currently with 6th place. Racing Meister retires in Sector 2. We've had 2 retirements so far. Colin moves himself to ninth with a 112.9. FX Hidden with a 110.9. But just not enough to beat his lap. As T-Funky will be the last man across the line. Unfortunately, it won't be an improvement on his lap time, as he confirms 11th position. Oh no, Black Phoenix is the last man across the line, but his lap is not available to be better. Let's go, Mayor Man. A BJ, or luck. Just saying. You don't want to say that currently. But yeah, anyway. So, Black Phoenix with first place at 110.0. RKI second. Tibson third, but with a 5-place grid penalty. FX Hidden fourth. Buttons back fifth. Mr. Dude sixth. Racing Maestro seventh. Crackerjack eighth. Colin at ninth. Rider PG Killer on the mediums in 10th. Very, very interesting. T-Funky 11th and Mayo Man 12th. Very diverse grid here. The top 4 all within a second of each other. F1 Buttons back just over a second, so it could be very interesting to see how today's grid goes out, considering that Monaco is such a tight circuit, and whilst you can lose quite a bit of time at certain places, you can also gain it. And if a crash happens, or just anything happens really, Monaco can be one of those circuits that changes everything. Everyone takes each other out, the Mayor Man gets first. Not gonna happen. I mean, come on, you're not in the middle of the field, BJ, so nobody's gonna take each other out. Well, I thought somebody will, probably. It's Monaco. And if you put Monaco in a league calendar and don't expect any retirements, then I think you're a bit of a lunatic. Obviously, you don't want retirements, but these things happen in racing, so. As currently I can't change camera angle, this is fun. There we go. I've been able to change camera angle. So anyway, here's how everything looks so far. So T-Funky and Ryder, the only 2 people on mediums. Mayor Man on the softs. Tibson down to 8th position. So he's going to have to do a good comeback drive today. Especially without his teammate Bazooka Joe for this race. Colin and Ryder in the Haas, both doing pretty well for themselves. And, well, that's a good start for them. Obviously, both the McLarens, 1st and 4th as well. Very, very good with each other. And then we just like kind of the oddball racers, which I like kind of find quite funny. Yeah, the guys who never seem to have their teammates around. RKI and, well, Mr. Dude. Mr. Dude doesn't actually have a teammate currently. It's a big rip. A big shame for RKI, no teammate. No, not RKI, sorry, Mr. Dude. Oh, RKI doesn't have a teammate either. Oh, that's actually a real shame. Fuck it. Put in the chat if you think I should come out of retirement for Season 2. Just so I can race with RKI as his teammate. Mayor Man, how many years do you want to be behind everyone? Come on, man. I have a few second rule for a reason. So, Mayor Man just being the last place guy who's going to ruin the front guy's tyres. Anyway, 5 red lights. I've got no HUD. And away we go for round 14. It's not a decent start from anyone, except it also is. And we're finally away. There we go. Black Phoenix doing alright. FX Hidden staying in third. There's a bit of contact in a forced India. Mr. Dude getting in there. Tips are making up a few positions. T-Funky's overtaking Colin. And all Racing Maestro and Mr. Dude have both been overtaken by Buttons back. I don't know really what to commentate on because everything's trying to just happen there. Obviously, you don't really need to see tyres because we know Ryder and T-Funky are the only two who have really done much. As actually, most people are kind of just in this place where they're not gaining positions as Crackerjack. Seem to have cut the corner there. Oh, Tibson and Crackerjack. Ooh. You can't go too wide there. Tibson made a hopeful move. I'm going to have to look at that by the end of today's race. And as we can see, everyone just seems to be kind of changing positions left, right and centre, or they just are stuck there. As T-Funky still behind Ryder PG Killer and in a half sandwich. Or as it's... Oh, T-Funky and Ryder. And that's not T-Funky's fault. Ryder did just spin after colliding with the wall. The Ryder's now going to have to go into the pits. And that's for definite. Tibson though, up quite a few places. One, but still. One's better than none. Actually, T-Funky's had the best start out of everyone. Up 2 positions. Oh. Normally it's about 3 or 4. But no, today, as it's Monaco, it's 2. And I think next week we've got Abu Dhabi. Like, how exciting. We've got 3 night races in a row. Oh, Ryder PG Killer has retired. Just gonna check if there's anything in the chat. No, there's not. Would like to hear if Ryder does want to say anything to us after that. Anyway, here's Tibson on Racing Maestro. Racing Maestro did defending to the inside. Tibson really fighting hard for it. As here we go, they're going side by side. Oh, it's not safe to make moves around Monaco, but that just happens. As who is crashed on Sector 1 is not Black Phoenix, surprisingly. As Arcanine does not set the fastest lap, which surprises me. Oh, T-Funky with a crash into the wall there. Buttons back with a time penalty. I'm not sure why is the yellow flag in Sector 2, but there are some. As there seems to be a bit of a train forming behind T-Funky, obviously the man on the mediums. DRS also active this lap. And as it's a nice fully dry race, we'll be having loads and loads of DRS overtakes. Yeah, of course I'm joking, like, but when have you ever seen a DRS overtake at Monaco? Then some random smart ass just inserts like all the main straight overtakes that have ever happened here. I mean, it's just kind of how it is. Anyway, we're looking at Crackerjack on Racing Maestro here. As we get another message, it was from Luck. As Crackerjack does seem to be rear-ending Racing Maestro quite a bit. As BJ has just said, he's going to karting, so good luck with karting, BJ. Hope you enjoy it. As I don't like listening to that engine at all. So I'm just not going to. Meanwhile, we'll go back to this battle here. Oh, Colin's had to go in the pits. Interesting. Both the Haas, 11th and 12th, well, won them out, but, you know. FX Hidden, currently doing a good job defending from the 2 guys behind him. Let's see, Monaco isn't really about attacking. I will just say that. It is more defending. As Mayor Man has got past T-Funky, who seems to have had a spin. Hopefully he can get round before Colin's able to come back and overtake him. Oh, Mr. Doodum, F1 Buttons back. I think Buttons back had a spin at the wall there. As both Racing Maestro and Crackerjack go past him. That spin at the wall does not help Buttons back at all. And really all it's done is actually given RKI a better lead. And actually let Tibson go up quite a few places. So well done Tibson, as RKI is now 4 tenths behind Black Phoenix. Ooh. Meanwhile, looking nearest the back of the grid, we can see Buttons back down 4 positions. But, you know, very, very close to both Crackerjack and Racing Maestro. Crackerjack with the laughing engine. There he goes. So yeah. If you can just hear it in the background slightly, it is just the weird ass engine. So yeah. As you can see, Crackerjack's got a better run on Racing Maestro than Button has on him. He's not looking for a move, but he has stayed behind here. And it's looking good for these two. Crackerjack just waiting until Racing Maestro makes a mistake. Obviously, that's what you have to do here at Monaco. And there's not very much else you can do, apart from just wait for the pits and try and get the overcut or undercut. As that is an awful camera angle, but this one from Racing Maestro is quite good. As we can just see, Crackerjack really putting the pressure on, really just trying to get there, get past. But Racing Maestro defending, I'd say well, or just in the middle of the track. It's one of those tracks where you just sit in the middle, you can't get overtaken. Even a dive one out of nowhere kind of doesn't really do much for you. Again, being a defensive driver at a track like Monaco really does put your skills into not only the race but qualifying as well. As in, like, you've got to be quick in qualifying if you want to play defensive in the race. Otherwise, you have to go all-out attack. As Racing Maestro gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting corners, which does help Crackerjack out. Actually, I'm just going to go onto Buttons back here. It's probably a better view. Oh, is FX Hidden's off into the pits now. I wonder what tyres he's going for. He's onto the mediums, and that means Mr. Dude. Actually, a lot of people will be in front of him. FX Hidden obviously just out the pit lane, so even Mayo Man has a chance here. Oh, the move's been made. The move's been made. Racing Maestro into the wall. Crackerjack. Oh. A Crackerjack, unfortunate there. I think that would have just been classed as a lot of oversteer. Honestly. But he kind of hit Racing Maestro's side pod. Well, not even side pod, tyre really. And then kind of just span due to it. I don't want to give blame there, but you know, it didn't look like it was Racing Maestro or Crackerjack's fault. It did just look like a racing incident. But anyway, his Buttons attempt to make it past Racing Maestro. Maestro defending to one side, Button going for a dive on the inside. Oh, it's hard to make a dive there, as you can see, as Black Phoenix has made his way into the pit lane. For some hards. Softs to hards might be the best strat, but RKI now has the jump on him. And Black Phoenix is also leaving into traffic. And by traffic, I mean Mr. Dude. But then again, Mr. Dude is traffic, so I'm just saying. Oh, Racing Maestro, Buttons back, and Crackerjack all into the pits. So this is the time that people are going to the pits, and I am not shocked. It's just, yeah, people in the pits. Mayo Man now up into 6th though, so well done Mayo Man. As T-Funky and Colin, who have already made stops. Actually, no, T-Funky hasn't, but Colin has. Are now in front of Racing Maestro, Crackerjack, and Buttons back. Button losing the most out of that pit stop window. As a Racing Maestro, I believe, has crashed out the pit lane. Ooh, that is not fun. as Black Phoenix overtakes Mr. Dude. I'm not sure whether Mr. Dude just locked up there, as I couldn't really see from the camera angle, but he did get past and is now into third position. Meanwhile, back down here, Colin is pressuring Too Funky. And Colin already with a pit stop, but 3-lap younger tyres. So to be right behind Too Funky, he's doing a good job so far. Obviously, Too Funky's going to probably take his tyres to about maybe lap. I don't know really what the plan is. Soft, hard, soft is what I think Black Phoenix might be doing. But if you go on to mediums, I honestly think it's medium, medium, hard. Actually, no. Medium, medium, soft. As here we can see Mr. Dude, who's gone into the pits, is now back out right in front of Too Funky. Crackerjack past Mayor Man, who went into the pits. As now it's a 3-way battle for this position, which is going to be interesting. All of them on mediums. There are different sets as Racing Maestro's gone onto the hards once again. Ooh, Colin. Ooh, not a place to make a move, son. Well, that has definitely cost Colin some time. In fact, 2.7 seconds more or less. But as we can see, gap to leader. Obviously, Racing Maestro, unfortunately, a lap down. Oh, it's a yellow in sector 2. Who's that? It's Colin. Colin has binned it into the wall. As FX Hidden's retired. Oh my. Where is he retired? That's the question. I'm on board with Mr. Dude just to look. And, I mean... So either he retired in the pits, or he just crashed up here somewhere. And to me that's rather odd, but FX Hidden now out of today's race. Which means Maestro actually has a chance of getting more than 1 point today. Well, he will get 1 point at least, but, you know, can get more than one. Too Funky, though, out of the pits on his hards. I'm just checking any messages in chat. Sorry, Tibson to go in the pits there. The messages wouldn't unload, which is stupid. RKI going 10 laps on the soft slow and apparently going in the pits this lap. Interesting. Tibson will be out in front of Mr. Dude, as Button's back managed to somehow destroy his wing into the wall and is not enjoying today's race. I mean, who does? All in favour of making Monaco 25%, say aye. Aye. So that's obviously him in the pits. Mayor Man past him. Colin joins him. As Black Phoenix gets a 3-second time penalty. And yeah. We do have a message in chat from FX Hidden. And I actually can't read that. Stupid iPad. And apparently he says steering was the issue today, as RKI's into the pits, which means Black Phoenix is passed. Will Tibson get past though? Well, no, he won't actually. The Williams garage is the last garage up there. And why wouldn't he be able to get up there? And the grid is very spread out at the moment. Though probably the nearest gap is between Tibson and RKI. Tibson with 1 lap old mediums. RKI on a fresh pair. I'm surprised Colin didn't go in the pits after his crash. I don't know if his wing's broken or if he just can't gain up. If he just isn't doing much. I don't know, I'll have a look at Colin quickly. As you can see, down the start finish straight. His wing, it's looking alright. Unfortunately, the camera angles don't exactly get to see the car too much, or at least the front wing. But in the quick glimmers that I've got, everything looks to be in check. I think the side bits are off though. That's the one thing I can say. I don't see side plates anywhere. We're lap 13 now. We are 1/3 of the way through this race as Timpson sets the fastest lap. Of course, because hashtag just Timpson things. Crackerjack with a 3-second time penalty. Has everyone now made a stop? Yes, they have. So for position changes so far, the best race has been Mayo Man. I mean, just wow, I want to say. The worst race, excluding DNFs, has been at Button's back. Also, Timpson's had a very good one, I do have to admit. As I don't know who that is in Sector 3, but someone's crashed there. And it might have been Mayo Man, in all fairness. As he's now going back into the pits with a wing change. And when don't you go into the pits at Monaco for a wing change? Am I right, lads? Am I right, lads? You're right, lads! Sorry. I just needed some self-confidence boosting. Monaco's one of those Grand Prix where you're kind of just there. Oh, with Racing Maestro's overtaken Mayo Man, which means 2 cars are now lapped. That is peak. Lap 14 and 2 cars been lapped. Then it's time for Monaco. I get lapped on after lap 2 in open lobbies, so I can't talk. You know, I set 114s for my laps. Oh, his Button's back has done it into the wall. Bit too much oversteer there. And now his teammate has also come to lap him. Poor Button. There, at least T-Funky's closing in on Colin. Actually, he's not. Oh, it was T-Funky who had the crash as well. He was overtaken by Colin. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, Timpson's closing in on RKI. So go Timpson. Go Timpson, go Timpson. Yeah. I don't have favouritism at all in this league. And I want to see T-Funky earn some points. And which today he will, no matter what. You know, I'm not going to be a dick and say if you retire before 90% of Monaco, you don't get points. I'm not that horrible. You've been made to survive. But, you know, that's just my opinion. And that's how I run things. That's how we run things down here in the south. Sweet home Alabama. Do 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 do. Button's back with a 3-second time penalty. Oh, as he's actually made it into the wall. And he's actually just pulled over to let the leaders pass as well. So Racing Maestro now in front of him. So Racing Maestro may get some DRS off Timpson. So lucky Racing Maestro, I guess. As T-Funky's very, very close to Colin. Surprisingly, we can't see Black Phoenix in the background yet. The T-Funky is here. And really going to try and push on to Colin. Let's see, on this technically slower tyres, but less worn. As Button's back is into the pit lane. It's just this middle place of 4th, 5th and 6th that are just like nowhere near anyone. Like I'm just on their, actually no, 4th and 5th, just on their own. Oh, as both Colin and T-Funky have been made invisible. Just for the sheer fact that, you know, Black Phoenix is near them. I don't really know if I like this camera angle or not. But as you can see, T-Funky getting very... Ooh, going a bit too deep there. Now to move out of the way for Black Phoenix, or just get ghosted through. And there are blue flags. There goes Black Phoenix through. And oh, T-Funky, you sly little fox, has just used that to his advantage to get past Colin. And Colin gets a brilliant move back. You have to respect it. As Crackerjack's out the pits and almost gets hit by T-Funky and is out right in the middle of this battle. I mean, Mr. Dude with a 3-second time penalty. RKI just seeing this battle and going, oh, poop. I mean, for us at least, we can see that these guys, oh, okay, they're not ghosted for each other. They're not ghosted for each other. I thought they were. But no, they're not. As Tibbs will make his way through as well. Which technically means that T-Funky, I don't know what T-Funky can see, but this is what we can see. T-Funky now is kind of out this battle as Mayman's into the pits once again. Which means it's Crackerjack versus Colin for 5th place. As Mayman gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Must have been really bad. Tibbs making his way past the both of them. Colin not making the same mistake and moving out the way. Oh, as Crackerjack hits him in the rear. But does kind of shake his car to apologise. Oh, okay. Colin has just been... Ooh, Colin has just been fucked by T-Funky there. I am sorry, but that is illegal. Please give the position back. Someone, whoever's in chat right now and is not racing, please just put in chat lap 18 T-Funky abuses Colin, because Colin did just get abused and I really feel that needs to be sorted out. Hashtag no Colin abuse. No abuse to anyone, no matter who they are. Nobody deserves abuse. Unless it's BJ. Then he deserves the abuse from me and that's it. RKI 1.1 seconds behind Black Phoenix. Which is a very interesting scenario. Wondering how that will play out very, very soon. Oh, it's Crackerjack up the inside of T-Funky. T-Funky forced not into the barrier, but near enough on the barrier. As we have Racing Maestro joining the fray. And who's crashed in Sector 3? I think it's T-Funky and Colin. Oh no, Colin into the pits. T-Funky just losing out to Crackerjack. Which means now Racing Maestro's here. Oh no. Racing Maestro's kind of latched onto the back of this battle. And it's like, yeah, this is mine now. He is fighting for it. Fighting for it hard. Oh, it's Racing Maestro on the man in the what's it called? Inferior car. This is interessante. We've actually had quite a lot of battles, which surprises me. And Monaco is very, like, tight. But we've had battles, and that's been the good thing. Not chances, but battles. Like, we've seen drivers slipstreaming so well. Some crashes, yeah, which I really can't respect. But there are times like this where you just see the two leaders going at it. Racing Meister making it past T-Funky. We can't see RKI and Black Phoenix here, but Black Phoenix does have the advantage. But as you can see, RKI is just the quicker driver at the moment. He's pushing him up this hill like an old man. I actually think compared to RKI, Black Phoenix is older. I really don't know. But Crackerjack and Racing Maestro and T-Funky all into the pits. Which, I don't know what that means. Crackerjack onto softs. T-Funky, Racing Maestro onto mediums. T-Funky onto mediums as well. Is Buttons back is able to overtake. Is Colin able to overtake? That's my question. I'm not going to look. The battle for the lead is kind of too interesting. But Colin's got past all of them, apart from Crackerjack. Ooh. And Colin's only a tenth off Crackerjack. And hold on. And Buttons back is a lap down from Mr. Dude. Which means that these top 4 are in the race of their own. Black Phoenix heading into the pits after 12 laps on the hards. RKI keeping with the mediums. Tibson also on mediums. Black Phoenix into the pits, probably going to go for mediums. And now it'll be Tibson versus RKI. Basically for this race. Well, the win at the moment is kind of first place. But they both will have to stop again. Black Phoenix as well has to stop again. Which kind of means everyone in the top 4 still has a chance to win this race. But they've all got to stop again, so... you don't really know. Depends how long just they can keep their tyres alive. Keep their car out of the wall. Yeah. A man we haven't really talked about today is Mayo Man, but he's just had a quiet race really. Unfortunately, pit stops don't really go your way sometimes. And, well, he's had 3 currently. Only other driver to have 3 is Buttons back. Oh, and Crackerjack. And Racing Meister. So, a lot of people have had 3 stops for wings. Sometimes it just happens. Black Phoenix gets another time penalty. Ooh. As you see, Tibson here, closing in on RKI. And RKI's got low fuel. I find it quite funny that from the 6th to 10th, all within, I don't know, around like 15 seconds of each other, not even that. Actually, no, 5th to 10th, all within 20 seconds of each other. 2nd to 3rd, 21.3 seconds. Again, about the time of the pit stop, so... it will all kick off very, very soon. You know, drivers are bound to make mistakes, and I'm waiting to see who makes the mistakes first. But RKI has had a very, very good race so far. Definitely played his strategy right, and so has Tibson in all fairness. And without the 5 place through penalty, well, I don't think Tibson will be in 2nd right now. I think he would have overtaken Black Phoenix quite a bit sooner. And definitely be in front of RKI as well. As he picks up a 3-second time penalty. The only other person to be this close to a driver is Mayo Man on T-Funky. That was just a very brief moment there. Black Phoenix is the fastest lap of the race so far. He is now 19.6 seconds behind Tibson and RKI. Now if RKI plays us strong, he is about to screw over not just himself, but Tibson as well. So if he keeps defending really hard, defending this one position from Tibson, not going at his full speed, he will kind of be screwed over by the fact that, you know, if you've got this position here, and you know you're holding the driver behind you up. 3rd place Black Phoenix will be able to gain as a yellow flag. In sector 3, it's T-Funky's crashed into the wall on the start-finish straight. That must be annoying for him. As you can see, the 2 leaders about just to come and lap him for a 2nd time this race. Well, yeah, if this battle keeps going on, Black Phoenix will gain up and won't so much be in the fight, but will be nearer to it. As I'm sure actually from here, Black Phoenix will be going mediums to softs, whilst RKI and Tibson will most likely be going on to the mediums again. So yeah. How much penalties does Mayo Man have? I will go and have a look, but it doesn't... That's too much. Mayo Man has the 2 time penalties. T-Funky, the driver behind, has 2 as well, but is about to earn a 3rd. So, definitely think T-Funky can make the overtake on Mayo Man. Mayo Man will have to come into the pits before T-Funky, so you know, and if Man does end up crashing, it will be bad as... Speaking of the devil, I'm pretty sure he's just crashed. And Man's got a 5-second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. T-Funky could be in to get that position off Man quite easily now. Oh, I am excited. For no reason whatsoever. Black Phoenix has been able to gain up only a few seconds here, but still those few seconds are better than none. Man's best option is to do on the hards just to the end. Don't even know if he has any mediums left. He's done... Oh, T-Funky's also gone into the pits for SOP. Excuse me, what? What? What are you doing? No. If you're going into the pits, T-Funky, you should have gone mediums, god damn it. And Man's on into 4 lap hold mediums. Okay. I'm not going to question it. Just going to say okay, and I hope it's going to be okay. Simpson and RKI still fighting here. Colin, though, and Racing Maestro, both down this main straight. Racing Maestro looking up the inside of Colin. See, both of them do have to make another pit stop at this point. Colin sooner than Racing Maestro. But still, pit stops don't really matter when you can just defend. And if you both have to pit, you're technically both fighting for position. And position means everything in Rising Phoenix, so... Well, not just in Rising Phoenix, but in any racing league. You know, you'd rather keep your position. Especially if you know the gap in front of you is kind of hard to achieve. For example, I do expect Tibson to go out a lap longer than RKI. Possibly to just try and beat him for fastest lap. But at the moment it's looking like they'll have to go in onto mediums. Unless they can somehow keep these mediums alive for another 2 or 3 laps. Well, 3 or 4 laps actually, and then they go on softs to the end. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's their decision. So, what am I to say? Oh, bit of contact between Racing Maestro and Colin. And I haven't had a break today from battling. Tibson, though, apparently was close to overtaking RKI, but when I look back and he wasn't, so... Yeah. As Crackerjack looks to be gaining on Button's back. Tibson and RKI back down the main straight of each other. RKI is a bit more ERS than Tibson. Or then Tibson, than Tibson, I don't know. It's some kind of metaphor word thing. But they still keep at the same point. Racing Maestro and Colin still at each other's throats. Today Racing Maestro doesn't have any penalties. We are currently in... well, penalties pre-race, but does have 2 penalties and 3 warnings, which means he's very close to another one. Colin, on the other hand, penalties and 2 warnings, so 1 more warning and he's basically got it. Mayor Man's gone into the pits again, has got another 5-second penalty. And Monaco's pit lane is strict. I can tell you that for a fact. That now that he's in... What tyres is he even able to go on to? Oh, he's even changing tyres, that's the question. He's out here with the same set of tyres. Ooh. So Racing Maestro and Colin about to come and lap this guy. As Tibson and RKI still kind of close together. Black Phoenix 12.3 seconds behind. Gaining up. Not too slowly, but not too quickly either. T-Funky now has a good 25-second gap, though. Which means another pit stop's available. And Racing Maestro. Was that really a sensible move? Down the inside there? I don't think so. And he made it stick, but it wasn't a sensible move. So, I'm not going to give him props for that. Because it wasn't sensible. Oh, his Colin just has a spasm on the wheel. Well, what looked to be a spasm anyway. He might have just want to fly, I don't know. I don't know what these guys do during races. I know what I do. Commentate. You were expecting a decent punchline there, weren't you guys? Come on, this is me. We don't get decent punchlines around here. It's like climaxes to races. We don't get good climaxes. We just get FX Hidden defending like mad against Black Phoenix at Hungary. Which is still my highlight of the season, by the way. Which I'd like to say, if Black Phoenix is able to get back into even second at this point, maybe even first, if he's actually able to get back into first, I have to say that's the best comeback driver I've seen. I don't even know who I can give driver. I mean, with 10 laps to go, obviously you can't really give driver of the day yet. But I don't really know who I would be giving driver of the day to. It's a very tough decision here. As we can see a wild... Is that a Force India? Is that Mr. Dude? Hold on, how's Mr. Dude right there? These... So, okay, so... Buttonsback and Crackerjack are lapping at the same pace as Mr. Dude in front of them. But he's a lap in front. So they're going at the same pace as him, but he's a lap in front. Wow. And that's a rare occurrence. Or it's what you call Williams put on a rocket boost. Because Kubica is a rocket man. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I love how RKI's in the party with me right now, and he's probably just raving at Black Phoenix the fact that he's in front of him by 10 seconds. His Buttonsback trying to unlap himself. That's peak. That's actually peak. You got time penalty for it. Oh dear. I miss the dude, and like all these guys have to go in the pits again. So already, if Mr. Dude is kind of at this point where he's just, you know, not really bothering, or not racing at his fullest, I think he should just go in the pits, let these two get past, as T-Funky goes into the pits, which means Mayo Man's gap to T-Funky will be going down quite a bit as T-Funky gets a new wing onto mediums. They're not fresh though. They are not fresh. As yes, T-Funky has been overtaken by Mayo Man, 2.9 seconds behind, and is in between Racing Maestro and Colin. So the leaders, surprisingly, as well. So kind of the whole pack's in the same place, apart from Black Phoenix and Mr. Dude. Mr. Dude is kind of in his own little world. Actually, no, ignore me. Make it Colin's in his own little world currently, because the whole gang's here. Oh no, it's T-Funky. Okay, so T-Funky's here, and we've got Racing Maestro in front of T-Funky. And in front of Racing Maestro, oh no, behind Racing Maestro is Colin, who's 7 seconds behind. Then we have Black Phoenix, who's only a few seconds behind that. And then in between, somewhere else, we've got Mr. Dude fighting with Buttonsback and Crackerjack, who are both laps behind him. Oh, it's... Ooh, Crackerjack. Is that him out? Is that Crackerjack out? No. He has got a wing. He hasn't got a wing, but he has got wheels. Crackerjack has survived. It's like when you survive on half a heart in Minecraft. Crackerjack has somehow survived. Someone get the VSC out. And Black Phoenix is down to 7.2 seconds behind these two. It doesn't look like they're going in the pits. Racing Maestro past Crackerjack. He's just having to let everyone go past him. Racing Maestro up into 6th. Also getting lapped by RKI. And then we have T-Funky overtaking Mayo Man at this point as well. I did not see them two being close to each other. And it's just all going down at this one point. So what we've got is the battle for first. The battle for 7th. Battle for 6th. And the battle for 10th. As Buttonsback's in the pits. He can't take his mediums any longer. which means Racing Maestro will be able to come and take a free position here. And with a wing change, Crackerjack with a time penalty, and he's kind of got to really cut corners. What else can he do, really? And Buttons back will be out. Will Racing Maestro be in front of him, though? As you can see, Buttons back here. Yes, he has been overtaken by Racing Maestro, and also unlapped by T-Funky for like a literal second. We're just at the point where everything's mad going on. Mr. Dude is the loneliest person on the grid. Yes, he is. I do agree. As Crackerjack's left the session, I do believe that's actually not for racing reasons. He does have work to go to, just depending on the time. Oh yeah, it's 9:30, almost. So Crackerjack has had to leave, but again, I've told him in advance, if he does leave near the end of the race, that's okay. You know, he knows. He knows. Yeah, I know, Crackerjack. Don't worry. I've just said it in the stream. I know your reasons, so don't worry. I understand you, G. I need to stop saying G, because I don't actually like saying it. It just comes out my mouth. So yeah. There's been on lap 34. Apparently there's blue flags somewhere, but I don't see any back markers. I don't think Tipson counts as one just yet. the big shots are fired. I've actually got another message here, but it doesn't come up. Give me my points, lol. Yeah, Crackerjack, you won't be staying in third. I'm just gonna let you know that. Actually, you might. I don't even know. Well, Martin's back's been overtaken by Racing Maestro. I don't remember when that happened. Oh, he was on the pits, yeah. Never mind. Colin on 14 lap old softs. Excuse me, what? 14 lap old softs. What are you doing, Colin? T-Funky kind of just in a race of his own right now, as RKI gets a 3-second time penalty. Kind of feel sorry for Mr. Dude, just drive him round. Fun. As a yellow in sector 3, T-Funky with a 3-second time penalty. Tibson on the rear end of RKI. Two Irishmen getting to know each other very personally. Oh, and Tibson's finally gone for the dive. He's made the move. The cleanness of it, I don't really think I should say too much, but it was kind of the only chance Tibson's had. And you know, he has taken it. However, we'd have to check what Tibson has to do to keep this lead. So currently, Tibson has 3 penalties so far. RKI, well, almost streaky clean for the whole race, but has 2 himself. Which means Tibson has to get 3 seconds away, with Black Phoenix being only 3 seconds away himself. Well, 3.9. When with 2 penalties as well. This means that Tibson has got his work cut out for him. If RKI can keep him the DRS for a long period of time, he will, you know, really hinder Tibson and basically grant Black Phoenix a win or second place. I also do think that currently this may, and it won't 100%, but I think without Bazooka Joe being here, Black Phoenix may have a championship. So obviously it's round 15, so we've got 15 sixes. So 26 times 7. Where's my calculator? So I'm just doing some math here. Give me a sec. 26. Go away, I don't want to rate you. 26 times 7. 182 points. So Black Phoenix needs to have an 182 point lead. Actually, no. Well, that's for this race. No, it would be 82 times 6. 26 times 6. 156. So by the end of this race, Black Phoenix will need a 156 point lead. As Collins in the pits. Tibson back down. He spun it. He has spun it. Tibson is down into third. Black Phoenix up into second. RKI back into first. Tibson's retired. Tibson has chosen to retire from today's race, which means, well, basically means everyone gets to move off a free position. Tibson putting himself down into 10th automatically. Oh my. No, Black Phoenix cannot win the league after today's race. As even if he gets first place and fastest lap, as Racing Master and Buttons back are fighting each other, Black Phoenix technically will only be 141 points in front of Bazooka Joe, which is not, well, not catchable for him. Now, I'd just like to say that Tibson, even though he chose to retire, will still be going in front of Crackerjack. Basically, Tibson will be in front of Crackerjack at the end of this race, as Crackerjack did leave first. I class a leave as a retirement, so Crackerjack's AI still being here doesn't really count. Oh, as Racing Maestro gets bumped from the rear by Buttons back. The leaders are on the second to last lap already. And that's if Tibson actually does get lapped by these guys. And the leaders could technically finish the race before these guys get to unlap themselves. But RKI just has to do a solid defending job for 2 laps. I don't even know what the gap to the leader is for some of these drivers. 3 laps for some of them. Tibson only made it to lap... What lap is it? He only made it to lap 36. Which technically means these guys could do it as Black Phoenix cuts a corner completely. And has kind of now just given RKI the win. Oh yeah, RKI has 1 penalty. Black Phoenix needs to get 6 seconds away. There is no chance lapping. It's Racing Maestro and Buttons back. Both get past Tibson's. But dead car. RKI and Black Phoenix both start their final lap with RKI in the lead and looking like he will be taking home the W today. Buttons back also kind of close to Racing Maestro. They're both still fighting for their position. I'm not sure if this is the lap that Colin will be able to overtake this. Yep, he's overtaken Tibson's dead car. Crackerjack technically classed as out at this point in time. So, Crackerjack is going to move underneath T-Funky and Mayo Man. And same as Tibson if T-Funky and Mayo Man get past. I'm not actually sure because I'm not sure where they would be classed as at this point in time. But assuming that T-Funky wasn't too far behind Crackerjack, I think it should be fine. I also think Black Phoenix may have accepted defeat here. But he's pushing his car as much as he can. He is trying his best just to get past RKI. It's not going to be enough though. I'm just telling you now, it's not going to be enough. RKI has taken mediums 27 laps. You know, something you shouldn't be doing. But it's Monaco. Anything's possible. And an Irishman, the Irishman, RKI, has got first place. Black Phoenix coming home in second position. Racing Maestro and Buttons back will be the next 2 across the line. Buttons back getting 4th. Racing Maestro in 3rd. T-Funky and Mayo Man kind of close together here. But I think T-Funky may just be edging this one out in terms of positions. As, yeah, they both do get past Tibson. Which means that T-Funky will be coming home in 7th. Mayo Man coming home in 8th. Colin moving up to 6th place. Crackerjack's AI doesn't count, so we don't care about him. But who we do care about is Mr. Dude. Because he has just done 30 laps. I repeat, 30 laps on one set of mediums. And you know, I don't even think that Mayo Man could take one set of tyres 19 laps, but no, Mr. Dude has just done 30 laps on a set of mediums. I mean, wow. Just wow to him. And like Longhead says in the chat here, give Mr. Dude driver of the day. I would, if he, you know, if there wasn't someone I actually had in mind already for it. But I just want to say well on to our top 3, as you all raced amazingly, that I am giving today's driver of the day to our first place man, RKI. I honestly just think he deserves it. So, RKI, well done. You are our driver of the day. It would have been Tibson if Tibson hadn't have DNF'd. You know, if Tibson had got first, it would have been him. But RKI is today's driver of the day. So well done. Anyway, that is enough from me. I'll be seeing you next week, where we take on Abu Dhabi and Singapore. Yeah, I know. Some idiotic person put Abu Dhabi and Singapore next to Monaco. And Spain. Who does that? Ugh. Anyway, I've been your host.